I want to look at all of the other things that have happened in my life this year. I had some pretty amazing things that have happened. I launched QueerQuest, the world's first, personal development platform for the queer community, right? Beautiful experience for me to be able to do that and get it out to the world. What else have I done? I've moved into a new home with my partner, David. We got a home and we have done renovations on it and we've made it our own right now. So now instead of living in a smaller place, we have way more space because we've got, 3 dogs and a cat as well to live with. And where we were living was really just on top of each other before. So we've been able to do that. We've also opened our Airbnb business this year. Welcome to the Queer Quest podcast, your beacon of light and sprinkle of glitter in the queer community. I'm your host, Cristiano Green, CEO and founder of Queer Quest and a transformation coach for queer individuals. And together, we are embarking on a journey of transformation. Each week, we bring you a new training topic or connecting with visionary queer leaders in healing and coaching. Diving deep into conversations that inspire growth, celebrate diversity, and empower you to live authentically. So wherever you are, settle in and let's get ready to unlock the vibrant potential within. This is where your quest begins. Hello, all you fabulous souls, and welcome to another episode of the Queer Quest podcast. I'm your host, Cristiano Green, the CEO and founder of Queer Quest and a transformation coach for people in the queer community. So this week on the podcast, we're talking about reflection and rest. Yes, it's December. And first of all, happy holidays to all of you who celebrate. I don't like saying Merry Christmas because I know that there are a lot of people out there who don't celebrate it. I'm one of those people who really doesn't celebrate it. I love, the idea of, being around family at this time of the year. Of course, my family are all in different parts of the world, so I won't be with them. But the great thing is I'll be doing some things with friends, even though, like I said, I'm not really someone who celebrates Christmas. But we're not talking about that. I just wanted to acknowledge you all for listening this year and appreciating you first of all. But we're going to be talking about reflection and rest. But before we jump in, if you're someone who, is enjoying the podcast, maybe you listened to this before, maybe you're listening to the first time and you get some value out of today's episode, I'd love for you to subscribe, like, follow us, comment, do anything that you can do to support the channel because it's how it gets out to more people. It's how we get the message out and we can just share it and grow the community. So if you're loving it and getting something out of it, please choose to do one of those things, like, subscribe, comment, leave a review, whatever it is. And I will really honor and appreciate you. But we're going to talk about the topic at hand today, and that is reflection and rest. And this is talking about it from the perspective of the queer experience. Now, for some of you who followed before, you know that I have a program called it's called QueerQuest. And one of the facilitations of that program is called QueerQuest Pro, where we go on a deep workshop every single month of the year, looking at a different area of the queer wellness wheel of life. And when we get to December, that month is all about reflection and rest because we want to be able to look back on the year that has just passed and really start to reflect on all of the great things that have happened, all the things that, we're proud of. We also want to look back and see some of the areas where maybe we've struggled and how do we overcome them? Or what are some of the challenges that we're still going through and how can we work on solving those in 2025? So it's really important that, we do take time out to rest and to reflect and to focus on those areas, which is why with QueerQuest Pro, we focus on December and this month specifically on the reflection and the rest. So for me, I've had to do that specifically. Sometimes have to force myself to actually actively reflect and rest because I'm someone who's a go, go, go. I've got my coaching business with QueerQuest, right? I have other businesses that I have with my partner. I've got, a relationship. I've got other, a family, all these other things that are going on in my life. And so it's easy just to keep going. But as it came into December this year, my body and my mind and my spirit were saying, you need to step back. You need to rest. You need to reflect because you want to go into 2025 in the best way possible. And you also want to know what you've done and achieved this year, but also what is it that you need to work on? And having some time and space that I've allowed myself to do has been really difficult to do, first of all, but it's also been really rewarding. I've been able to realize that a couple of things that I've had going on internally I've been trying to avoid them, and I've been keeping myself busy, which is another way we go about avoiding things. And so for me, actively giving myself the time to reflect and rest, I was able to realize, oh my God, I've had a lot going on lately. Now, I know that I've said, recently I had a friendship that went AWOL, and I realized that they were a narcissistic person. And I didn't realize at the time that it deeply affected me. I thought, okay, look, letting that person go, moving forward, I've made that decision and that's that. But after taking some time to reflect, I realized that, why did I not see these things in the first place? What was it that kept me allowing excuses after excuses for this person? I realized there was a couple of things deep down around wanting other people still to approve and validate me in certain areas. And sometimes when you're blinded by a situation, you give people chances, because I'm a forgiving person. I believe in the power of forgiveness. Unless you start to notice that when you forgive someone for things, they keep doing the same thing over and over, and they continue to hurt you in whatever ways you've expressed it, you've had a conversation, and they continue to do that. And that was what happened here. So I was able to step back and realize, okay, you let that person have one too many chances with you, two too many chances with you, three too many chances with you. And that played a little effect on me, which took over my mental space, which then affected other areas of my life, right? Especially when it came to, say, my business or my relationship with my partner, David. And so being able to step back and go, hang on a second, no, I do not allow this person here to have control of me and my other parts of my life. And so for me to reflect on that, understand it, forgive myself, and then let that person completely go, it's been powerful, because it's also opened the way for me to connect to other people and talk about it and hear their side of the story, and also give my perspective, which I've seen also help other people. So in me being able to reflect and rest and just allow myself to process it, it's no longer a problem in my life. And I'm super grateful for that. Now, when I want to look at all of the other things that have happened in my life this year, I had some pretty amazing things that have happened. I launched QueerQuest, the world's first, personal development platform for the queer community, right? Beautiful experience for me to be able to do that and get it out to the world. What else have I done? I've moved into a new home with my partner, David. We got a home and we have done renovations on it, and we made it our own right now. So now, instead of living in a smaller place, we have way more space, because we've got, 3 dogs and a cat as well to live with. And where we were living was really just on top of each other before. So we've been able to do that. We've also opened our Airbnb business this year. Now we've got 2 properties. So for us to be able to do that in our first year, takes a lot of work. So I'm super grateful and proud of the effort that me and my partner put in to be able to have our businesses, to be able to continue to grow a fortune, and to have other things outside of what I'm working on, so I can have projects here and here, and know that I can handle it. Yes, it was a balancing act at first, and at times it has been tough, of course, to manage, multiple businesses, multiple relationships, along with everything else that life has to offer. But I handled it, and I know what that, upon reflection, I know what I need to do to improve those things moving into 2025.
Are you ready to embark on a journey of transformation that's uniquely yours? Welcome to QueerQuest, the world's first and best personal development platform created by and for the queer community. Imagine a space where your authenticity isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. A place where you can grow, learn, and thrive alongside a vibrant community that understands you. At QueerQuest, we're more than just a platform. We're a family. Connect with like-minded individuals, share your stories, and empower each other to reach new heights. Our tailored courses are designed to address the unique experiences of the queer community, from self-love and confidence building to career advancement and beyond. We've got you covered. It's time to step into your power and transform your journey. Join us today at courses.queerquest.vip, see what we're all about, and sign up to begin your quest.
I don't want to have this seesaw balancing act. We've worked on that. My partner, who was working in real estate in the past, he's leaving his job at the end of January, and he's going to be focusing solely on this part of it. And of course, we'll work together in different areas, especially when we get to new projects. But he's going to be the number one focus on it because he's going to have more time and energy to be able to do that. And so that's how we're going to grow on that side. And I'm going to have majority of my time and energy and effort to focus on Queer Quest and this side of it, because this is really where my passion and my purpose is. You know, us be able to grow a business, of course, there's a passion there for it, but it's not my ultimate desire and passion in life is to do those things. So I'll have a more of a back seat and he'll have more of the front seat there. And that's going to work for us in our relationship. So being able to take this month to truly take a step back. And yes, I'm still doing some things, of course. I'm still, recording my podcast. I'm still putting things out there. I'm still having my normal calls. I'm taking a step back in between. So there are some times where, I might have before been working 5, 6, some 7 days a week. Now I'm doing it at the moment. I'm taking maybe 3 days and the rest I'm taking rest. So I'm putting everything into those days, getting it all done, and then allowing myself to rest on those other days. And some days it's even less than that because like I said, sometimes some year you've got clients who are going away or who are busy with other stuff going on. And so it's great in a sense because I also get to take a step back as well. So when my clients get to step back, I also get a bit of breathing room. So I'm also appreciative of them honoring what's right for them, but also of always, I believe in the universe, honoring what's right for us as well. So being able to do that, because us being able to reflect on ourselves and our life is actually a fundamental thing. Now, when I was talking before that, I noticed one of my friends, previous friends was a narcissistic person. Self-reflection, like a lack of self-reflection and lack of self-awareness is a key trait of the narcissistic people. And a lot of people with personality disorders have a lack of self-awareness and self-reflection. So if you're someone out there who does have the ability to self-reflect and self-aware, the great thing about it is that means you're someone who's wanting to actively grow or actively wanting to move forward. Now, looking back to look forward is actually the smartest way for you to go. You can look at all of the milestones, the challenges, the personal growth, all of the key moments of your life, take the powerful things from it, and then leave the memories where they are, all right? Because reflection is important. It is so important for us to evolve, to grow, especially as queer people, right? If I look back and reflect on the key moments as a queer person, I could write a book. In fact, I have written a book. And the funny thing is that it's been written for the past 3 years, and I keep editing it, wanting it to be perfect. And one of my things that I'm focusing on with this time for rest and reflection is to actually figure out the plan to get it published in the first quarter of next year. So by end of March, my book will be published. And I'm saying this out loud to everyone because I need to hold myself accountable. And that is something that came up as well as I was going on my reflection. Like, what is the projects that I've been putting off or haven't finished or completed? One of them was my book. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to read and review that book and then put it out there to the world as well. Now, of course, if you are someone out there who's like, yeah, great, you're talking about self-reflection, self-awareness, great. I want to know how to do that. What are some questions that I can ask myself? So here, I've prepared a few that I think are really important that I think you can start with that they're going to support you as a queer person. So first of all is, what were the most joyful moments of your year as a queer person? Now, for me, personally, I have 2. One was opening up and launching QueerQuest, which I said is the world's first online personal development platform designed specifically for people in the queer community. And we look at every single aspect of the queer wellness wheel of life. And there's 12 different aspects that we focus on over a 12-month period as well. And that's something that people can go deeper on if they go into the QueerQuest Pro program as well. So that's definitely the highlight number 1. And then number 2 was moving in and renovating and starting my businesses with my partner. I've had a lot of joy going deeper and connecting on different levels with my partner. And of course, we're a queer couple as well. So that's why I'm saying it's as a queer person to be able to do that. A few years ago when I was single and I'd never really been in a long-term relationship, I never imagined being able to start a business with my partner. Never thought that we would be looking at homes and renovating and having animals and pets and doing all these things together. I thought that was not going to happen for me until I shifted a lot of my mindset and some internal work. And of course, life unfolded in a much better way for me, right? I changed my belief system, and then the environment shifted as well. So for me are the joyful moments as well. Now, the next one is how have your relationships with yourself and your community evolved? That's a big one. I mean, I feel like I've gone 3 years of deep growth and healing journey for me. This year, I've really learned the power of trusting in the universe. And what is for me, and what is not. And timing is of the essence, meaning that everything will happen at the right moment. And for you to have the right moment, you need to put yourself in the right position to do that. So, meaning that you have to make things happen, but you can't force it. You can't force yourself to be a billionaire when you don't know how to have $1 billion, right? It's about figuring out the process of who do you need to become in order for the time to be available for you to take that opportunity and move forward with it as well. So for me, that's the big thing that I've learned myself. When it comes to community as well, being able to, like I said, work on a platform that's solely focused on the queer community allows me to connect and chat and connect and deepen my relationship with the queer community. I get to listen and hear the good, the bad, the ugly, so we can do more at QueerQuest to support people in the queer community throughout their entire lives as well. Now, that's the next question. So let's go to the third section as well. So this one is what obstacles did you overcome and what did they teach you about your resilience? Many obstacles over this year that I've had to overcome. Like I said, one of them was recently, like I said, when it came to that friendship that dissolved with the narcissistic person there, was I had to overcome that because I saw how much that was affecting the rest of the other areas of the queer wellness wheel of life for me. I said, this one social relationship is affecting my mental state, my emotional state. It's affecting my career and business. It's affecting my intimate relationship with my partner. It's affecting my environment, right? Because she would be around me. So I realized that was a big obstacle that I had to overcome, and I had to let that go, let them be, and let me decide what is right for me. Let them and let me. So it's really actively taking decisions back and saying, you know what, you give people the opportunity and then they take advantage of you. You give them if you're someone who's of forgiveness and you explain yourself and they say they're going to do better, that's their one opportunity. They don't do better. Sorry, baby. There's the door. It's not my time for you in my life. So you go off that way, I'll go off this way. And that's kind of something that I really had to overcome as well. So what were those things for you as well? And then what are some practical tips for you and your reflective practices? That could be journaling prompts that are tailored to the queer experience, using some meditations or guided visualizations with the key moments of the year. And you can check out on my, if you're listening to me on whatever platform, you can scroll down and you'll see that there's a number of meditations that are available. You can find them easy. And I'm going to link that in YouTube to the page where I have all of my meditations available. And I'll be bringing out one for specifically this reason, reflecting and rest. I'm going to bring that out probably earlier in the week. That's sorry, later in the week. Earlier in the week would have already happened, right? But yes, I'm going to bring out a brand new one. So if you're someone who loves meditations, check out my previous ones. And also maybe when you're hearing this, it might already be out that there's another meditation available for you to revisit the key moments of the year as well. Next one is let's move on to the act of rest. Now, people think that rest is just, I'm going to get some good sleep, I'm going to eat some good food, and that's it. I'm going to unwind. But there is a few different layers to when it comes to rest, especially when it comes to a revolutionary act, because rest is often resistance to societal pressures to always be productive, to always be doing things, right? And of course, as queer people, we've grown up in a world where in order for us to sometimes navigate some of the internal stuff, we keep ourselves busy to avoid it. Because when we would, rest or maybe take some time, you go, oh my God, you start feeling anxious, or you start feeling worried, or you start feeling angry, or whatever it is, that's been bottling up for you, and you've been pushing it down. So I know there are some people, especially in our community, don't understand the power of rest as well. And especially when it comes to like those unique stresses that we in the queer individual space, it's more important than ever that we give our time and the ability to rest when we can, right? Before, whenever I had annual leave at work when I was working in corporate, I would make the most of every single one of those days. I would either have one massive holiday, and I would be gone from, like, literally, if I was taking off and my last day was a Friday, I was flying out that Friday evening. And let's just say, like, I have 4 weeks off. I'd be gone for 4 weeks, and then I will be flying back in on the Monday morning, and then I would go straight to work that day because I wanted to take as much advantage of being away and being partying and going on travels and doing all the things that I wanted to do. So I would, like I said, not give myself any rest before I got back, and I would just jump straight back in. And sometimes that is to the detriment of myself. Like, I might have had this amazing holiday, and I've just jumped straight back into work without ever allowing myself to rest. Now, for me, I think it's important to give myself the rest. And we're going to talk about the different kinds of rest that I think is important for you to have. So first of all, we've got physical rest, which is just slowing down and just embracing the stillness. Maybe this is having some more time just chilling out at home, watching TV, making sure that you're getting really solid sleep, eating well, not, drinking and doing things that affect your sleep, just really actively physically resting, taking care of yourself to the point where your body is physically rested. The next one is the emotional rest, which is giving yourself permission to disconnect and recharge. This is the emotional recharge. Now, rest could be from, I'm just going to go out and sit in nature for a few days. I'm going to plug off. I'm going to take off, not do any social media. I'm just going to allow myself to switch off and emotionally allow myself to recharge that way. Because sometimes when we've been stressed out at work, we've got struggles in our relationships, maybe things aren't going too well at the moment for us. We've got some mental health problems. Sometimes just giving yourself that emotional rest, the disconnect from everything and fully recharging can be the best thing that you can ever do for yourself as well. And then the third part of rest we look at is spiritual rest. This is connecting with your inner self, or whatever it is via chosen spiritual practices. Now, this could be, I'm going to do some meditation. I'm going to go do some mindfulness. I'm going to do some journaling, right? It's just giving yourself the chance to just to connect fully with yourself and allow yourself just to be there and allowing whatever is coming through to come through as well. Because it's important that, like I said, we look at ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually when it comes to resting here as well, because those are the key areas that if you can really like nail, you're going to be in a place to really just be at your peak, right? Which is why, like I said, for me, over this past month, I've given myself the physical rest. Literally, I've spent days sometimes where I've just literally laid on the couch, just allowing myself to rest and allow myself to sleep in some days a little bit longer. Like, normally I'm the person who's up at 5 a.m. every morning. I do my meditation, I do some learning, and then I jump in, walk the dogs, I go to the gym, I do all these other things, and then I get into work, right? Whereas some days I'm still doing some of those things, but it's a little less go, go, go. It's a little more flow, flow, flow. And then again, like I said, there are days where I've just chilled at home, not even watching TV, just put some music on and just rested. Then there's the emotional rest and the spiritual rest, which are just allowing myself in those moments, disconnect. I'm going to turn off the phone. I'm going to just chill at home, and I'm just going to zone out from everything. Or I'm going to just go inwards and ask myself, what's going on right now? Which is what I was doing when I was able to reflect as well. That's part of the rest, is like you've given that a moment, because I feel like they're hand in hand. When you're resting, you can go into reflection, right? And then you're not really reflecting if you're not really in a state of rest emotionally and spiritually as well. So what are some ideas for creating queer-friendly rest rituals? This could be about crafting a cozy, affirming space at home. Now, in my office here, it's purely set up for me to be able to do what I need to do. I've got a section over here that is my meditation section. So within my office, I have a nice big, massive beanbag, and I can stretch into it, and I can get into my meditation, which I do, as I said, every morning, and sometimes other times throughout the day as well. And that's my spot for being able to be in that state as well. Or another idea could be reclaiming self-care practices to suit your unique needs. I was someone who never really focused on self-care before. I thought drinking a bottle of wine was self-care. How many out there maybe agree with that that's what you thought self-care might have been at certain points? Whereas now in the last few years, I've really crafted a self-care routine that I can, use to help myself. And one of those is I go to the spa pretty much every single day. And the spa has ice baths and jacuzzi and steam rooms and saunas and a nice pool where the sun comes down. Because I don't have a pool at my home, specifically because I have a membership to a spa like this. And so I go there every day. Sometimes I'm there on my own. Sometimes I'm there with friends. But either way, like we are either actively resting together or I'm doing it on my own. Sometimes I take a book there and I'm there for a few hours. And it's a way for me to do that. Sometimes I just lie there in the sun, just actively allowing myself to rest. And my favorite thing is just to spend about 20 minutes sitting in the jacuzzi, getting all hot, and just jump straight into the ice bath. And then oof, I feel like rejuvenated for doing that. But again, those are only available to certain people in certain areas. I'm not saying that's available to everyone. That's not the only option. But I'm saying I practice something that I like, that I can bring into my day and my life that works and suits me. What are some things that you can bring into your self-care practice that allows you more rest? Because we don't want reflection and rest just to be a December thing. We want to use it as a tool to end the year strong. But actively part of what we talk about in the Quick Rest Pro program is how do you make time in your days, your weeks, your months, actively for rest and recovery and reflection, right? Again, we can cultivate our own routines. What is something that we can do that's important for you as a queer person that's going to give you what you need? Because I'm sure if you look back at 2024, you've got some highlights, but you've got some challenges, and you've got a lot of stress that's probably somewhere in the middle that's causing, the challenges as well. Can we help reduce that stress with rest and reflection so that you can continue to learn, grow, and evolve at a faster, more effective rate, especially going into the year of 2025. It's a powerful year if you do not know about what that means as well. All right. Of course, I've heard from me because I'm the one speaking, but I want to hear from you. What are some of the key things of 2024 that you need to reflect on and that you can say, here are the key amazing things that have brought me joy, that I'm proud of, that I want to bring more of into 2025? And what are some of the challenges, the stresses, the obstacles that you've had to work on overcoming and that you maybe need to continue to overcome going into 2025 that you can put your focus on that's going to help you significantly have a better 2025 than you did the 2024? Because we want each year to get better and better, because that's what life should be about, right? How do we have a better year, even through the struggles, the trials, and the tribulations? And then what else? What is the rest? What can you do? Self-care? What can you do? Can you have a rest day with friends? Can you do stuff around that's going to cultivate you, that you allow yourself the time and the space and the energy to just disconnect from work, from other commitments, that you can just chill either on your own or with other people? It's so cool just to have a rest day with people. Like I said, I love my time with my friends doing the rest at the spa, because again, I'm getting social and I'm getting rest at the same time. And again, I love it when I go there on my own because I get rest and I get reflection. So what is it that we need to focus on? I'd love to hear from you. You know how to reach out to me. You can have a comment below on this video, wherever you are listening to it at, or you can reach out to me at Cristiano Green on all social media platforms. I love hearing from you guys. I love answering your questions, hearing your reflections. And I love the fact that we are ending 2025 with 2024 with a bang, going into 2025. You're not going to hear from me again until 2025. So for all of you out there, I wish you a fabulous end of the year, celebrating with the people that you love most and cherish most. And if you're not able to do that, my heart goes out to you. Reach out to someone who's in your life and just connect with them, because at this time of the year, I know it can be a lonely place to certain people. I just want to know that you are loved and you are valued, no matter where you are in the world or no matter what the situation is. You deserve love. And so if you haven't heard it today or haven't heard it before, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. Until next year, always remember that you've got this and I've got you. Bye for now.